When Irving first visited the Alhambra, I imagine he must have just been overwhelmed by how imaginative and it is, and particularly then. Now, with all its tourism, there's a hint of that, but then it was a discovery, as so much of what Irving came across in the 19th century was, that was relatively unknown from an international perspective, and it obviously sparked him into writing the Alhambra. And I visited it. It is an amazing architectural work with such with a huge history of romance and warfare and clashes of cultures that Irving just took hold of, and with a tremendous grip that then flung him into diplomatic work by becoming the minister to Spain for the United States, and working within the mechanisms of the royal family in Spain, and all that was involved then, and all the backstabbing and the political mill that went on in those days to form the international relations and the relationships in Spain. Well, after Irving finished the life of Columbus and subsequently Granada, he would have already been immersed in a good deal of Spanish history, so that when he came upon the ruins of the Alhambra, which Spain and the aristocracy of Spain at the time had really no interest in, with its Moorish history, Irving, I imagine, would have just been so excited to stay in this architectural wonder, with all of its Moorish influence and its history of clash between the Spanish and the Moors, and that he subsequently wrote the Alhambra is not surprising. It really is an unbelievable architectural masterpiece that is so unlike the rest of Spain, and you just wouldn't expect to see it in that landscape. Yet it blends in, fits perfectly in with the landscape. Where you would look at history, and I imagine he looked at the history and just felt the blood of the Moors as being something that that had to be explored, that its own history was deserving of being told, and he, I think, was really responsible for bringing that aspect of Spanish history into the forefront and into the light. And it was, I'm sure, in part due to his writing the Alhambra, that the restoration of it was was eventually taken on. Yes, I'm descended from Ebenezer, and which would make Washington Irving my great-great-great-great-great-grand uncle. 5 greats and a grand, I think.